we get to our deep dive, I want to take a few minutes to bring our public image team members forward to get some of their favorite best practices that we're hearing from from some of the districts. Where did we find these? I mentioned a minute ago that we did a brief survey in December of the district public image chairs and district governors to see how they were doing with activities in the Regional Rotary Challenge. As a follow-up, I asked them two questions. What are they doing well in their districts, and what do they need help with? And we built a really good list of things that they are doing well, which we're in the process of developing a attractive list, not the 6-page a Word doc that I have, but we're developing that. But since we're having this webinar, we figured to briefly share our favorite ideas and give a sneak peek on what some of our districts are doing. And we'll start in Kansas and Nebraska and South Dakota, but he's really in Nebraska. He just oversees the districts that do those. And that's Scott McLaughlin, one of our public image coordinators there. And Scott, what was your favorite idea that a district's doing? Which district was it? And tell me a little bit about that real quick.
Hey, Kyle. Thanks. It was from District 6420. And basically what they did is they said that they did this during their district conference. And I thought this was a great place to do it. You can also do it at PETS, or you could do it at an assembly, but you could do it anywhere that you had groups of people together where you can benefit from training, I guess you might say. What they did is they had a booth set up. The public image staff there had a booth set up at the district conference, and they focused on two specific areas. One was the brand center education. So in other words, where is the brand center? How can you use it? And then they used it also for recruitment of public image committee members. Now, you talked about having a team, and having a team is so much more important than trying to do it all on your own. And so take advantage of sharing the public image commitment from Rotary down to the district and the club level people so they know what's going on. What they did is they set up 2 computers, and then they introduced people directly to the brand center. They showed them how to create their branded master brand logos, their lockups. And it became a very simple thing to do. The last thing that they said is they used that opportunity to find people to join their team as the way to build for succession planning. So I thought it was a very interesting way to do it.
Yeah, we get stuck in this, let's send an email and hopefully people respond, and we forget about actually going and meeting with people and making sure that we're thinking about things that way. And absolutely, that was a great way to do it. Thanks, Scott, for clarifying or for passing that along. Now we'll go back to Gretchen, and Gretchen, what did you come up with in terms of a favorite answer?
Yep. So I'm going to kind of piggyback on to Scott. I also liked from District 6420. And what I liked about it is that they had 3 different training sessions with topics that included the brand center, club runner website usage, social media, what the PI goals would be, press release training, just different things, getting them ready to go for the following year so that they are doing the right things and telling that story correctly for Rotary.
Thanks, Gretchen. Yeah, and doing those training sessions, again, it's kind of like we're doing now, is a way to connect with our members and meet them where they are so they can learn more. Yeah, that's a great one. Let's go to my northern backyard here, and I think he's here now because Gretchen's video just got the spotlight taken off and I didn't do it. So Sean Barry.
So my best practice is to start a podcast. This can gain a following with Rotarians and also non-Rotarians about information about your club, your districts, and about your events and your service projects. District 5960 and 5950 started a podcast called Searching for Service. It's also aired on 9:50 a.m. on Sunday afternoons. Contact your local FM and AM radio stations to see if they have any open air time for nonprofits available. Keep it shorter than an hour to keep your audience's attention. And that Searching for Service, a website should be coming soon.
Yeah, Thanks, Sean. And I know District 5710 in Kansas does a podcast as well. And I like the fact that 5950 and 5960 are working together on that one. So not only is it doing something, but it's a partnership with a different district. It's like one of those things in the challenge documents that we talked about. Amber Scarborough, one of our assistants from Texas, couldn't be here today, but she wanted to pass along an idea that just came up recently. Yesterday, she had one of her districts that she supports ask about a job description for their public image chair in the district, and she put out a text to our public image team, and Sean provided one for his district, 5960, and she thought it was very well done. And not only did she pass it along to that district, but she's going to use it in her own district as well. So having things like a job description, and we'll make sure to put a few examples on the resource library. Great things there. And finally, we'll bounce over to, I think she's in Wisconsin. She lives in Wisconsin, but I'm not sure because I know she's somewhere else today. And hear from Julie Craig. Julie, what's the best idea you saw from the list that came out from everybody?
Hi, I'm at a virtual thing in Charleston, South Carolina, so I apologize for the talking. I have to tape a talk here tomorrow in their studio. So what I wanted to share is best practices. It always makes me think of Patrick because I think he does a great job PRing it every time we see him at the public image things. But that said, people always think that public image is just social media. And I think the thing that you have to remember is that it's more than just social media, and that your public image actually starts the minute you walk into that Rotary meeting. And so it's asking yourself that question of what is the vibe and what is the feeling and what is that brand that your club is giving off, right? Is the environment welcoming? Are the people welcoming? What are the messages that are being sent by that environment that you're meeting in and by how the people are greeting and treating one another? So I love just remembering that best practice of being conscious about that. So thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, Julie. Have fun in South Carolina. It's better than Minneapolis today at 10 degrees. And that's so true because, public image is not marketing. It's not PR. It's the perceptions that people have of us and we have of ourselves. So things like, what does your meeting look like? What's the look and feel of your meeting? All of those things play into it. And the stories we tell, see what I did there for 5 seconds from now? Those all play in as well. So thanks to all of our assistants for their thoughts. And we hope that at least one of those ideas stood out as something you can implement in your club and district. And as I mentioned previously, we're working on putting together some documents that we can send to all of you with a full list in the near future. So now we're going to